Well, we're back. It's been a little bit of a time. We had an earthquake this week and a few other interesting items, but tonight's topic is called Restore St. Mary's, and it's a topic that's going to cover an issue having to do with Ventura, downtown Ventura. And I have a guest with me, Steve, tonight, and he's the chairman of that organization that's trying to get a Civil War era cemetery restored from the way it's being used currently in the city of Ventura, which, believe it or not, is a dog walking park. Yes, folks, there are 3,000 people, early pioneers of Ventura, are laying restfully, hopefully, in the ground, and it's a dog walking park. So wrap your brain around that. So we're going to cover that topic and have Steve and have him explain this sojourn he's had with trying to get a little bit of respect for St. Mary's. So good evening, Steve. Thanks for coming in.
Good evening, Tony. Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
You're very welcome. Again, when I first heard about this, I was just flabbergasted, and the more you've enlightened me on it, it's I don't know if I've gotten more disgusted or angry, but everybody I've talked to about this situation has been very supportive, and I really cannot believe the facts of the situation. But just briefly with the people tonight, explain what St. Mary's plight is.
We have a pioneer cemetery, 3,000 people buried there, the pioneers of Ventura. 3,000 graves in a 7-acre parcel 1 mile east of the Mission San Buenaventura. From 1862, they buried everybody, that's anybody in Ventura, up to 1945, when they closed it because they ran out of space. There was no more room to bury anybody there. Everything was fine till about 1965, and the city council decided to modernize or beautify the cemetery, which entailed removing some 600 headstones, some 8 crypts, all the family plot curbs, all the hardware from a cemetery. They loaded it up on multiple truckloads and took it up to a canyon outside of town and basically dumped it off a cliff down into an arroyo seco and came back to the cemetery, did some minimal grading, put in some grass seed, and Shazam, they got themselves now a dog park, and thusly changed the name from St. Mary's to Cemetery Memorial Park. And that's what we have today. We have a beautiful 7-acre dog park with 3,000 of the pioneers and desecrated graves beneath the ground.
Well, you have an aerial map of it. Why
Sure.
don't you show it?
Hold this up for you.
Hold it up to the camera here.
You can see that.
And you see the two main roads, Poli and what is that, Main on the south?
Yeah, this is Main on the bottom, and on the top here, this is Poli. Here is the Presbyterian section, and on the other side over here is the Catholic section. There's 1,000 Catholics and 2,000 Presbyterian buried here. There's the center section here in the top, the Hebrews bought from the Presbyterians. There's a lot of Hebrews buried there. Southeast corners where the Chinese are, and scattered basically in the Catholic section are the Chumash Indians of the day.
Wow, wow. And right now that's just park people are walking their dogs in.
Every day, 5 to 6 o'clock, everybody goes home, gets their dog, and goes out there and has a little social party, and they unclip the dogs. They take off the leashes, and which is against the law, but the city doesn't seem to want to enforce the dog leash law or to understand any of the laws in regards to cemeteries, that they have to be fenced, they have to be marked, they have to have signage, they have to have a gate on it that says it's locked. The law is that the veteran graves have to be marked. There's 60 Civil War veterans buried there, a Medal of Honor recipient buried there, 12 Spanish-American War buried there, There's the first mayors, the first judges, the first sheriffs. I mean, it's a who's who. The father of the county is buried there.
Wow. And they're not getting any kind of respectable cemetery plot to lay in anymore because the city's taken it over, in essence.
The city has desecrated the 3,000 graves there.
Now, we're going to have a roll-in that Steve brought to me that was shot, I believe, July of 2005, where the citizens of Ventura, in the public comments section of the Ventura City Council, came up and voiced their opposition to that being
the majority of these people are descendants.
So let's go to that, and we'll watch that.
Mayor Brennan, City Council members, I'm Richard Dorner, a county native, related to the Clark and Vandelander families who have people buried in the City Memorial Park. Hank Morse's wife is in the hospital, so I'm taking his place in the lineup tonight. This is his story. About 35 years ago, my wife Jan and I were visiting friends. Their high school age daughter was scouring moss off of a white grave marker. Within earshot of our two oldest sons, I jokingly indicated that I would like one of those. During the visits, my son learned that the tombstone had been dumped in Hall Canyon. Within a few days, we had the marker for Amadee Canet, the 20-year-old daughter of Anselm and Catherine Canet, in our yard. Then, two more tombstones followed and are shown on the next two slides. The tombstones became conversation pieces in our backyard landscaping, raids. I have since become interested in learning the stories of the people named in these stones, particularly those of the Reyes family. This headstone served as a valuable role for us. Whenever we needed to leave a key for a visitor, they knew to look under this tombstone when I leave a note. See Maria Reyes for the key. I have since learned the amazing history of this pioneering family and would like to see their tombstones, as well as the others in my possession, given a place of honor in Cemetery Memorial Park. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments? All right,
C. Darrell Struth, Ventura, Middle East Ventura. I did that when I was working for Lincoln Mercury, and I took it to work and I put it beside my desk, and I drew that on there. And I didn't actually draw it on a piece of paper. But it's really, underneath it says Frank D. Beal, son of Charles R. and Lucy N. Beal, 1874, 1887, guy for 13 years. And nobody knows that but me, because there's no stone there. You mentioned family. I guess I'm his family now, so I'll back him up. I went to the Parks meeting October 20th, and I just want to get this back in someone's hands that will take care and respect it, or I'll just keep it. But I did say that if you're not going to return it to a graveyard and restore the place, because it is, it's history of Ventura County, you should name it the Rodney Dangerfield Park, because those people aren't getting any respect. Thank you.
Thank you, council members. My name is Tony Rial, and I'm about 8 generations Ventura County resident. And although a lot of my relatives are buried out in Pyro and Rancho Pamulos, we had a number of family members in the Andrade family, the Ayala family, the Barrios, and the Olivos that are related to us that are all buried at Cemetery Park here in Ventura. And I think it's our moral obligation
My name is Cynthia Lawrence Assassin, and I'm speaking on behalf of my